He's the man who made the world fall in love with a killer. The charming smile, the calm voice, the eyes that hide something darker than anyone expected. But what if I told you? Penn Badgley's real life is even more complicated than the characters he plays. Behind the fame, the silence, and those hunting roles lies a side of him the world was never meant to see. Because what really turned the quiet teen star into one of Hollywood's most mysterious figures? And why does Penn now refuse to play the very game that made him famous? The truth behind his story might just change the way you see him forever. There's always been something different about Penn Badgley. For years, he's been the face of the charming sociopath, the quiet romantic, the misunderstood genius. But behind that calm stare is a story most people never hear. A story about fame, identity, and the struggle to stay human in an industry built on illusion. Penn did not grow up surrounded by fame. He spent his childhood moving from place to place after his parents' separation. His mother worked multiple jobs to support him, and Penn learned early what it meant to feel unseen. Acting was not about fame for him, it was an escape. But the moment he found success, that escape became a trap. His first major break came with Gossip Girl. As Dan Humphrey, he became the outsider everyone loved, the boy next door who did not belong in the elite world of Manhattan. Fans adored him, but behind the cameras, Penn was struggling. He did not relate to Dan at all. He felt lost in the very fame his character was supposed to reject. He once admitted he did not enjoy being recognized and felt uncomfortable with the shallow spotlight. The irony was painful. He was living the very story he was acting out. When Gossip Girl ended, Penn did not chase the Hollywood dream. Instead, he disappeared. He joined a band called Moth XR, made indie films, and searched for something more meaningful. But fate had other plans. In 2018, Netflix came calling with you, and suddenly Penn was back in the global spotlight. This time as Joe Goldberg, a man both charming and terrifying. The world could not look away. Viewers obsessed over Joy, romanticized him, and even called him the perfect boyfriend. But Penn saw something very different. To him, Joy was a warning, a reflection of how easily people confuse love with possession. He said it disturbed him how audiences could adore a murderer just because he seemed sincere. And yet, once again, Penn found himself trapped inside the fame he tried to escape. This time, though, he handled it differently. He spoke openly about his discomfort with fame, his spiritual beliefs, and his boundaries. He got married, became a father, and started making career choices that aligned with his values. When he refused to film certain romantic scenes out of respect for his life, for his wife, Hollywood called him difficult. But Penn did not care. He was not chasing approval anymore. He was chasing authenticity. The real Penn Badgley is not the obsessive killer or the tortured writer. He is a man trying to live with integrity in an industry that rewards illusion. He has used his platform to talk about privacy, mental health, and how easily fame can distort identity. He has spoken about how dangerous it is to be idolized for something you don't believe in. And through it all, he has remained mysterious not because he is hiding, but because he is finally being honest. Today, Penn stands as one of Hollywood's most intriguing figures, not because of his scandals, but because of his silence. In a world where everyone wants to be unseen, he is the one who dares to disappear. He no longer defines success by fame or followers, but by purpose and peace. And maybe that's why people cannot stop watching him. Because Penn Badgley represents something almost extinct in Hollywood, a man who refuses to lose himself to the spotlight. So, who is the real Penn Badgley? Maybe that's the point. Maybe he's not the roles he's played, not the fame he's escaped, not the image fans think they know. Maybe he's proof that sometimes the bravest thing a person can do is walk away from the world that refuses to stop watching.